My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are getting a message from your guides. Okay, so it's going to be one guide that will come through. So I'm going to get as much information about that guide as possible. We're going to look at what do they want to talk about. Okay, we're gonna look at what are they most proud of regarding you and your journey, and then we're gonna ask them what should be your next move, or what you should focus on next, and then we're gonna look at the different ways that they may communicate with you, so you'll know when they want to get your attention. Okay, we'll ask for the different signs and synchronicities. Okay, all right, so let's get into this. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at who is coming through, and what is their role, in your life. So we're going to see if this is some sort of gatekeeper guide, or if they have a specialized role and maybe they're stepping forward now because of the journey that you need to take next. Okay, all right, what's coming through here? We have intuition and we have an inner child. So it feels like this guide has been with you since you were a child. No, not all our guides are with us the moment we're born, right? Some of them come on board as different paths unfold, as we call in different journeys, different skills. Sometimes we call in on a master guide for a particular something, okay? So, but this one, it looks like has been with you since you were a child. And we certainly have guides that have been with us in past lives, and we decide to do it again, It was nice, so we did it twice. Okay, so what is it? This is a gatekeeper guide. Okay, if you want to call this person your guardian angel, you certainly can, because they are there to keep you safe. And the thing that this guide is really good at, is signaling to you when people are being deceptive, right? So in large part, a lot of the discernment that you have, it comes from the side. They let you know who's fake and who's real. Okay, and what they want to let you know. So I was going to ask them what I want to talk about, but it seems like they want to talk about some sort of deceit or deception that you may not be aware of. Okay, and it's not just one person around you. It looks like several person around you. They're all dressed the same, so it could be that they belong to the same organization, or they may even be same blood. So maybe it's family members, but this is what they want to alert you to. There's some people that it could, I think, to a lesser extent, maybe they wish you harm, but they're just not real. They're fake. They're fake people. Hmm. I'm gonna pull one more card. Let's see. Let's see if we get any further information about this guy. Um, and we have higher self epiphany, but they're already alerting you that some of you, you're already keyed in. You're already tapped in. You're already plugged in. You've already gotten that message from your higher self that these people are effing around. So I think they just want to confirm whatever messages you've been getting, and it's so interesting that this would come through, because I did have a dream around this earlier this week. But for me, it did not seem like those persons were incarnated, right? I thought it was some sort of negative entities or whatever. But this guide is coming through to let us know that these people who are deceptive, they are incarnated, they do have a body, and they are around you. Okay. What I'm going to do as well, some of you guys know the name of your gatekeeper guide. So I'm just going to pull a handful of Scrabble tiles, and these are meant to be in your guide's name. So we have C. Well, okay, I'm in. I'm in it because most of you guys know my gatekeeper guide. Her name is Janice. All right, so C is there. Let's see who else is here. We have a Y. So some of you guys, you have a Y in your gatekeeper guide. And by gatekeeper guide, I'm talking about your main guide. We have an E. We have another E. So then we have two E's. We have a D coming through. We have an N. T may be featured as well. We have O also coming through. Another O. And an R. Okay. All right. So these are meant to be in the first, well, in the name. You should just give it one name. Some people, some of them, they have two names, but so either the first name or the name of your guide. These letters just as a special message. Okay. All right. Now let's ask this guy to further expand, because I was going to ask what they want to talk about, but this is what they want to talk about. Okay. And they want to tell you that this deception and these deceptive people are going to be revealed to you in short order. And I can even get a time frame. Hold 1 second. They're going to be revealed. There's going to be a revelation. They're going to be outed. Okay. They're not going to be able to hide in the shadows. They are going to be outed. Underneath the deck, we have 3 years, but let's see. Time frame. Oh gosh, well, we got a yes, okay. All right, but we need a time frame. Time frame. Spirit is saying by Christmas, these people are going to be outed. Okay, so we have a Christmas timeline coming through. And we also have July. So anytime between now and Christmas, these people, I'm going to put a yes there. These people are going to be outed one by one. One by one. Okay, they're going to be outed. All right. Spirit, I want you to expand on these deceptive people. What's the message there? Okay. We have forgiveness. Oh. So we have a message coming through. Please forgive them because they know not what they do. So Spirit is saying, listen, they're going to be outed, but don't hold on to the grudge. Don't hold on to any sort of resentment. Don't even bother with them. It's all being taken care of anyways. What else do I want to tell you? We have workaholic. Okay. So for some of you guys, these fake people, they are working with you side by side next to you. Okay. And you guys might be working on a project together, a creative project. And I wanted to say that when I saw the mask, because it looked like the two muses, I wanted to say that. I was like, let me not cloud the waters yet. Right? So for some of you, you are working with these people, right? So some of this, it's happening at work. For some of you guys, it might be appearance. This baby here, it might be appearance. And, I just feel so sad about that because it's very difficult living with or having lived with a parent that wasn't up. I know a narcissistic parent, okay? Or a parent that might have shown you one face at home and then in public they're a totally different person and you're watching at them like, nah, that couldn't be the same person that I'm dealing with at home, right? So for some of you, there's a message coming through. Your parent or your family member, they've been unmasked, but Spirit is asking you to step into that spirit of forgiveness and just let it go, All right, so we have family members coming through, particularly persons who would have cared for you, caregivers when you were very young. also coming through. Person that work, and for some of them they're working on the same project as you. And let me tell you something. From the time you see this, look out for them to try to stab you in the back or claim your work as their own. Okay? So Spirit is saying keep receipts. Be on top of it. Be on top of it. What else does your spirit guide want us? We have trickery. And the thing is, the reason why they're doing that is because they're jealous. They're jealous of your natural talent. And when people don't have your talent, sometimes they want to pass off your talent as theirs. Sometimes they try to siphon it. Sometimes that's the reason why they're working closely with you, because they want to shine and they can't shine on their own. So they come to steal some of yours. Okay? So Spirit is saying, don't turn your spirit guys letting you know, don't turn your back on these people, because the moment you turn your back on these people, they're talking to you, but they're stealing something from you in the background. Okay, so make sure back up all your files and let people know, people around the office know that you're working on a project and this has been your contribution, blah blah blah, because it looks like there's somebody here who's very jealous of you. Look at the green. Very jealous of you. They don't have treasure and talent of their own, so they come to steal yours. What else is coming through? What does this spirit guide want you to know? And you see, you're so lovely and you're so forgiving that people may take your kindness for weakness, but you have to let them know that you are made of steel too. Right? And you're not to be crossed. There are times in life when you have to honor every aspect of you, right? Your light and your shadow. Your shadow has a purpose, right? You're a lover, not a fighter, but you can make war if you want to. And you can certainly end it too, right? You gotta let people know that sometimes. And Spirit is saying, you know what? You have the discernment, right? You probably already know who these people are, right? So Spirit is saying, keep on listening to your intuition, because they're working hand in hand with you. For some of you guys, you may work at the tax office, because I don't know, this door looks like our treasury building for some reason. So some of you guys work at the tax office, or maybe like the civil registry, land registry, books, and that's that kind of thing. And then you know what they're reminding me of? I have this lovely friend Marcia. And Marcia is a colon cancer survivor. And she's such, just such an amazing woman. And there's several things along the way that she said that I always hold on to. But I remember, like, every time she would come into our office, and our office at one point was a kind of toxic environment. She would always say under her breath, I come in peace. And it was for the people in the office. So she was already sending out that energy of peace there, but also for the unseen in the office. So, as soon as she arrives, she's showering that office with love and peace. She put in that energy out there one time. And she was such a light and lovely person to be around, like just so much joy. Well, I'm saying she was, but she is. She is. And maybe that's something that Spirit is also asking you to ground in that workspace, that office space. Some of you guys work from home, so maybe they might even be neighbors that might be, not on the up and up, but Spirit is saying wherever you are, you can always ground that spirit of forgiveness, that spirit of peace, that spirit of love, wherever you are at, right? You don't have to let these people change you. I think you definitely have to let them know where to get off, right? You draw that boundary, but you don't have to let them warp you into this shadow thing, right? So, Spirit is saying that your spirit guides are letting you know that whatever situation is coming up and these people who are wearing their masks, it's meant for you to embody the totality of who you are, right? You're a wonderful person, you're a sweet person, but Spirit is also letting you know your shadow serves a purpose. You're not to be consumed by a shadow, but certainly from time to time, right? You let people know who you are, right? Who you are, the whole of who you are, right? The whole of who you are. All right. What are they? So this is the main message that they've come um, to say. But as they hear, they want to talk a little bit about you too. What are they most proud of with regard to you and your journey thus far? What are they most proud of? We have grief. Oh man. And this hits me hard. This image of, this woman with a dog. I don't know if you guys remember our lovely friend Jody. She came and she spoke about death, and she came and she spoke about elementals. Um, she is such an animal whisperer. I don't know if you guys know that about her. She's an animal whisperer. Um, and her dog Ginge um has given her the signal that she's ready to transition. So she's kind of holding space for Ginger this time. So if you can send, Jody and Ginger, lots of love and ask that it be harmonized for their feel. I know she would love that. But a lot of you, besides, maybe having to deal with grief from about a pet, maybe you've had to deal with grief about other loved ones, humans in our life, maybe plants as well, right? Things, or even situations, and maybe it's not about death, maybe it's just about saying goodbye, right? Some of you have had to do that, let things go, certain things where, and maybe even part of yourself go, right? Your spirit guide is really proud of the way that you've handled that. You've handled it with such grace, and allowed it to not cripple you, but to expand your heart's capacity to hold and radiate love, right? Because for some persons, um, the grief is so pathological that it warps who they are, and how they view life, and how they view humanity, and how they view spirit, even how they view spirit, right? We can't fault them for that, because there's some circumstances that make you really question question, right? Especially when younger children die and that kind of thing, it really makes you question, right? But you didn't allow that that grief to warp you, or to change your relationship with spirit. Maybe even grew closer, and they really, you know admire how you handle it with as much grace as you could have. Okay, so they want to give you that flowers. For some of you guys may have been survivors of abuse, survivors of crime, survivors of attacks by jealous people, attacks at work, right? And maybe for a time you had to put yourself in a little protective bubble, a little protective shell. You had to retreat because, you know, the situation was so horrible. But again, you didn't let that warp you, right? Or cripple you. um you went into your little healing hut, and you did your healing, and you made whatever that situation was work for you, and you may have even turned that pain into something beautiful, whether it's a piece of art, or a book, or a project, or an NGO, whatever it is, right? You changed that pain and you created something out of it. They're very proud of that. What else is your spirit guide proud of? Your spirit guide is proud of the service that you are now rendering to humanity, especially for those of you who maybe like Jody, and do a lot of death work. What we call them, like death doulas, right? Death doulas. So a lot of you that work in hospice care, a lot of you who may be tending to the sick and dying, whether it's your loved ones or you're the sole caregiver or you're the caregiver for a loved one that's not doing well, or your service to humanity and how you radiate and ground, again, peace and love, because that's exactly what we need in this moment in time. So whatever you're doing, that peace and love, that service that you do, for humanity, for the earth, for the planet, um, for the collective, they are so proud of you. Some of you guys are Reiki masters, and you send that lovely energy out there, unbidden, uncompensated. Spirit is just absolutely proud um, of your service. For some of you guys, your service might have been in the military, so thank you for your service. So they want to let you know that they see that too. They see that too, no matter how the VA might want to treat you at this time. Spirits let you know that you are loved, you are appreciated, and your sacrifices are certainly worth celebrating and talking about. Okay, so there's that. So they admire how you've been of service to humanity. From their perspective, what should be your next move, or what should be the direction that you are heading in right now? And Spirit is saying, they wish that you could see yourself the way that, I'm getting so much chills though, the way that they see you. Because they see you as a god, goddess, a divine being, a king, queen, however you want to identify, right? You deserve to sit on this throne, and it feels like you are unworthy, right? You're dressed almost like in rags here, but Spirit saying, this is not who you are. This is what the ego tells you who you are, but you are really this, right? So they wish that you could see yourself the way that the divine, the way that your spirit guides, the way that your guardian angels, the way that your ancestors see you, because they are so proud of you and they think that you deserve nothing but the best. Nothing but the best for you. Right? So they wish that you would embrace your self-value the way that they have embraced you. And the other thing that they want you to know, or what they think you should be doing, Spirit is saying they want you to be the objective observer right now, in your life, to witness their life, to witness everything that is happening around you, to witness the world, right? And when you are the objective observer, you're able to abandon whatever religious, spiritual, or political leanings you may have or might be deeply entrenched in you, and you'll always do what's right. You'll always do what's right. I think this as well is about being like the mediator or peace broker in your circle. And again, that means being like Switzerland and adopting this impartiality, or it could be, non-action at this time, and observing for a moment before taking a position, or not adopting a hard position on anything, but taking everything as it comes, right, and then making a decision on it. This also reminds me of the Justice card, so also about treating people with fairness, and giving and receiving in equal measure, right? There's that's coming through as well. I was getting something and it just left me. What's this? What's that saying? What's saying? Pain? Oh, it's paint. It looked like pain. Ain't pain. It ain't pain. It ain't pain. Because here I can't see the T and here I can't see the P. So it's saying ain't pain. It ain't pain. It's not pain. Don't know how to go with that one right now. Anyway, there's something. If it comes back, I'll tell you. Impartiality. Oh, oh. That's the other thing that's coming through. For some of you, they're talking about specifically about a job. And for some of you guys, maybe you're meant to enter the justice system. Okay. For others of you, maybe it's like ancillary services in the court system, like a court mediator or something like that, family mediator. Yeah, on some sort of arbitration panel. That's what was coming through. Yeah, that's what it was. Um, okay, and then they also wanted you to know, how do they? Ooh, oh yes, I forgot I had that, because I was like, how am I gonna? How do they communicate with you? What are some of the signs that you can look for to know that they're trying to get your attention? Okay, for some of you guys, it's when you see a certain brand of sunglasses. I don't know. Okay. For some of you guys, anytime somebody sends you this love emoji, or anytime you see it, that's your guides trying to get your attention. What is this? There's a little shoe or a slipper, and it also has a butterfly. So like random one pair of sandals or a butterfly, that's your guides trying to get your attention. For some of you, anytime you see a black cat, that's your guides trying to get your attention. For some of you, if you see a fairy wand, yeah, I don't even know. For others, when you see a crucifix, oh my gosh, why did that crucifix fall? Um, Others of you, when you hear a bell ring or you see a bell, isn't it when bells ring an angel gets his wings? I think so. For some of you guys, when you see the crescent moon, okay. Anytime you see the dice and it rolls on the 6, in particular, leaves, shell. What's a shell? But I thought it was a leaf, so we take it. A leaf or a shell. Heart pendants, dragonflies. What else? Certain songs, your favorite song. More hearts, heart pendants. Anytime you see an owl. So we have a lot. We have lots here. What's it? Whenever you see a baby, particularly the pacifier. Okay. And then we have some words of inspiration here. It says, we're all quite mad here. You'll fit right in. So sometimes you may think that, you're an outsider or some sort of outcast, but Spirit saying everybody's weird and quirky in their own way. And it's that quirkiness and that uniqueness that, gives life meaning and makes life exciting. And then it says dance like no one is watching. So a reminder to enjoy your life and not give a F about what other people think about it. Because we find that the persons that have the most to say about other people, their life is in a mess, more than yours. Cousins by chance, best friends by choice. So some of you guys may be getting messages from your guides through your cousins. We have here serenity. So for some of you guys, the serenity prayer might need to be your watchwords right now. Your guides think you're fearless. And Spirit is reminding you that there's something about you that makes people smile and give them hope that they will bring their dreams into reality. Your guides could also be communicating to you in your dreams right now. For some of you guys, whenever you hear the name hope, whether it's a place or somebody else's name, that's your guys trying to um, get in touch with you, get your attention. They think that you're brave, and they're reminding you that you inspire people just by your life. So it's very important that you live your life very authentically, because people are watching. People are watching, and they are inspired. They want to remind you that you are protected right now. So have absolutely no fear. You are protected. You are blessed always, no matter what's happening. And then there are additional letters. So when you see the letter J or somebody's name beginning with J, that's I was gonna say your person. Yeah, my person's name begins with J. Or when you see the letter V or somebody's name beginning with V, that's your guide trying to get your attention. Same thing with N. Same thing with R. Yes, he has an R as well. Same thing with E. Yes, he has an E as well. And then we have V and C. That's your guides trying to get your attention, okay? All right, let's get one last word from your spirit guides, and we're going to close off this reading. Okay. Now, I'm going to add this reading onto my channel because it came out better than I thought. I mean, I just write it down. I should really trust spirit by now. And I was like, let's see. All right, Spirit's letting you know. It's interesting that this peaceful resolution will come through, because we did have a lot of messages coming through about grounding peace and love. So Spirit's saying if you are facing some sort of battle right now, some sort of discord in your life, Spirit's letting you know that it's going to come to a peaceful resolution very soon. And the last message, Spirit saying the direction you're heading in is for abundance. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Much love. Please subscribe. Bye.